Well, hello everyone. Here to show you that the Proof Pro identification coloring activity right here is basically, you see right here is basically information that like with anybody's information, if you're going to be going to apply for something, or if it's to get something done, or work in any type of files, and basically that anybody may think about like that. So far as you may say something such as if you were a business owner, or if you were married, or if you were a student, or something like that, or if anything related to like that you were a business owner, property owner, if you had your own home, your own mortgages, and then a lot of people maybe think about, well, show me proof. And a lot of times that anybody that may say it, like, well, you don't believe whatever I tell you it is. And just like with anybody, with the insurance, though, if you have insurance, then a lot of times that they may ask, to see, I'll go ahead and use right here is the blue, but let's just say if anybody asks, it's like, proof, prove that you have medical insurance, prove that you are on retirement, prove that you are a business owner. Do you have any proof that that you have, say, a settlement? Do you have proof, from like what you call is like from the court order, whichever it is? It's like, the type of proof. And a lot of times, the way I think about it, with anybody, this is all the matter game of knowing about between who wins or loses, and knowing about who's right and who's wrong. But on the other hand too, I guess that they have to go by is the rules about for whatever information that they do collect it is. Like for any source of proof of identification, anybody that may say like that, that so far as like for the photo you have right here is like for ID, for the ID image. And basically that anybody may think about a lot of things that could be detailed into a card like this right here. It's like the things that the more likely that it will be in detail, in a card. Is such as an insurance card or a business card, whichever it is. A lot of times, anybody that may think about what do they usually mean by saying, show me proof? And for Proof Pro identification, and like with anybody that may say, Mike, it's, if you're going to be going to the hospital or whichever, that they ask you to provide your insurance cards. Now, like with the whole part about the insurance cards, are they just that, even though if it has the image on there and maybe some information about the contact information, really, that any information about the contact information, such as that your contact numbers or any other type of contact information, really, what types of information are located on cards? And even though if cards are like what you call these, these little, these plastic carriers, it is only measured by, let's say if we were to do the math, it is of like, 2 by 16 or so at, pekins, or if it's inches or, something like that, about that size right there, about that size length and width. And a lot of times anybody may think about, what source of proof of information? That a lot of times with the card, though, a lot of times that's why people carry them, is because it's like it shows proof about what you need. If you're going to be going to a medical center, or if you're going to be seeing a doctor, or if it's anything that's related to proving to somebody that you are a student, that a lot of times they say that with the card, a card may just, a card may not be something that you like to carry, because over the fact about you may not want to carry it in your wallet or in your purse or anywhere. It's like anywhere, maybe at home, or if it's anywhere in the office, you may not, and then plus that may not be the only information that you need to have either. But on the other hand too, that the way I think about it, that a lot of times anybody probably think about one source of information that you do have that you need to carry with you at all times. A lot of people will probably say it's a student ID, or if it's anything like driver's license, or anything that's accurate. Like anything that's not false, that is true at the best of your knowledge. And like with anybody that may say about, especially if it's a medical insurance, what types of proof of information does somebody need to prove that you're a parent, that you have legal license proof that that you run a daycare center, or if it's anything related to a foster care facility, or if it's anything that is related to business reasons. And like with anybody that may say about, besides what you call like maybe a signature or anything like that, that a lot of times though that people say that, well, on the other hand too, that knowing about, if you don't have that information, that it seems like at the time people will probably say that, well, they don't believe that you are a business owner. They don't believe that you're going on vacation. If you're going to be going on vacation to the Bahamas, or you've been to the Bahamas, you've been to the secret island, or whatever that no one has ever seen before, whichever it is, proof, proof, proof. And what does proof usually mean? And people usually say it means, I guess, people call it, it's like, true. The true story, if it's the true story, or if it's sources of information. Sources of information collected. And I think that that's basically what it means. Source of information that's collected. And we'll just say, if we were to like one card or two cards that provides at least maybe 20% of the information that somebody needs to see, such as if you wear glasses or if you're handicapped, disabled, whichever it is, a lot of times we wonder though that the types of proof that they need to see, and then that you have some proof on records, but then you tell them something else and then they need to see proof. It's like, really, that if you not if you don't have everything that they need to see, then they may say that, well, then you're not organized. Well, you need to keep that information on file, or anything like that. But in a lot of ways, the way I think about it, like, in a lot of ways, that some places that, like, anybody who asks, and then they ask to see proof, it's like, really, that, do I have to, you show me, feel like knowing about, if you're a manager, show me a proof that you're a manager, that you're managing this this factory, this business, or something like that. If I'm going to have somebody work on my car, then maybe I need to have some type of proof showing that you have 15 or so years experience with this type of engine. And anybody may think about, don't be so sarcastic now, but anyway, but like, I'm warning, know that sometimes, why some people that need to collect, certain information, they need to see proof. And what normally is on a business card could be like, say, proof about, the type of license, the type of experience that you may have. And then on your hand too, that the other one could be, it's like, maybe it's like, the signature though. I'll go and, for like so far as like that, the autograph, I guess if you say, say for the autograph, it's like for like an autograph signature. But a lot of ways though that wonder, why is it that whenever you tell somebody something and then they say, show me proof. And a lot of times people may think, I'm like, proof. Proof can mean have different meanings of knowing about that besides waterproof and fireproof, or maybe inflation proof, or maybe odor proof, whichever it is. So far with proof, and anybody may think about, so far as the symbol like for how to say waterproof. And I talk about like water resistant. Right here is like for a good example. So like something for waterproof, it is waterproof. That a lot of times, I'm like, anybody may think, I'm like, and go ahead and right here, use right here as a blue, go ahead and right here a blue around the zero, like for waterproof. For waterproof, but the type of proof of information that more likely anybody would more likely need to see if they need to collect, such information though. But other than that, I say for the Proof Pro identification. Well, hello everyone. I talked to you about right here, so the Proof Pro identification right here of basically talk about, and if anybody were to be talking about maybe their experience with something, such as for business, if you're experienced with computers or with other sources of technology, but on your hand too, that knowing about it with anybody would probably say that if you are a professional, maybe a professional barber, or anything licensed to what, or maybe experience with what. And with anybody would probably say that if most of us have like what you call between Facebook and then any other type of internet site it is, such as it's like a LinkedIn or any other page that basically proves for your type of information. But a lot of ways, it's like at the time, whenever somebody talks about something, you just wonder, really, do you call that what you call proof? Or do they have to see this in order maybe to confirm or to proceed maybe with the next steps, whichever it is. And a lot of times what anybody may think about, let's say with most of the time with business cards, if we were to say like with a business card would be used for like what you call a number of reasons. It's like any type of card, insurance card, car insurance, or if it's a driver's license or anything like that. In a lot of ways, it seems like that really that maybe you're probably asking anyway to see proof. You probably don't even need to speak to somebody like me or anybody else. You need to see proof for what proven that I have this type of experience, and more likely to say that okay, I'll show you the proof first. Let me know if you need to speak with me about anything. But anyway, but like with anybody that may say that after you complete an application or to do something, such as doing your homework, that daily task, filing your taxes, whatever it is, and then it seems like people say that really we need to have proof. We need to, please show me proof. Show me your documents. Show me proof. In a lot of ways, it's like, and sometimes that I do scramble and knowing about, well, where is it? Where did I put it? Like, it was in the file, and it was in this file, and that. Anybody would probably say about that they remember seeing it, but then it's not here. Oh, it may be in the closet. It may be in the cabinet, whichever it is. But just knowing about the type of proof that more likely that you may have at all times could be, anything such as maybe like a student ID or any type of card. And like with anybody, that any proof that they say that usually most places will say, we'll give you more time, to show us the information. But other than that, to say that if they believe you or if they don't believe you, but on your hand to know about is knowing is like you have to believe that knowing about that is knowing about to do our best to prove it's like for that type of information. As they say, is to always tell the truth. But other than that, talk about the proof pro identification. And also knowing about that information about if you graduated or not, about information about how it's like for what the courses that you took, and then knowing about that you did graduate. But other than that, like talk about it's like knowing about it's like the talk thing is like to be honest, it's like the answer is like the best of your knowledge, as so far as knowing about it's like the truth of like the information that you need to provide.